Welcome back, Phosphor Dot fans. More Colecovision goodness for you on this occasion. And back into the Atarisoft catalog. Now, we've mentioned Atarisoft before, that being an imprint of Atari's software division, which provided versions of games for which Atari had the home console or home computer license on other machines. And they would publish Atari and some of these other games, such as Pac-Man or Pole Position or what have you, on consoles other than the Atari consoles and other than the Atari computers. And in this case, we have a delightful home version of Jungle Hunt, one of those arcade favorites to which Atari had the license. Now, Atari had perfectly good versions of this game going on the 2600, 5200, but why not share the love? This wasn't an A-list title such as Pac-Man. Now, we discussed previously the Colecovision version of Pac-Man never making it to market because Atari wasn't going to put this excellent version of this A-list title out on a rival console. But Jungle Hunt wasn't quite in the same, wasn't part of the same strata as Pac-Man, and so it was safe to, well, it wasn't safe to do that, but it was safe to let a ColecoVision version out in the wild. Oh, bite me. And he did. It's actually, well, I was about to say it's actually easy to just swim at the surface level in this version of the game. And then I got eaten alive. Not doing too well. That's what I get for recording these late at night when I'm not quite in the zone. Normally I'm a much better Jungle Hunt player than to have died on the vine level in round 1. As so much of the fine-grained graphical detail from the arcade game is very much in evidence here. Really good port. Maybe a better port than the 5200 version, because this version isn't saddled with the 5200 controllers. It's an ugly thing to say, but it has to be said because it's also true. The Atari 5200 controllers were an experiment in not making the joystick self-centering. And okay, these guys scare me. I want to go back to the other level with the rocks. I guess I can't do that. Good. Now we are both hanging above the fire and the pot of boiling water. How is this a congratulations situation? Because it seems to me like now they're both going to die. Anyway. Let's run around to, I believe this is where, either this is where you start having the snakes or the monkey show up, making it difficult to impossible to proceed to that next swinging vine. See in a moment. There he is. Hang on, Donkey Kong. We're going for a ride. Oh, and there's Donkey Kong Jr. And you just kind of have to let him, yeah, he starts going back down. How you doing, dude? What's your line of work? Okay, the water's green. Okay, so we're in Flint, Michigan. Swimming through and dying. Okay. So that was the medium version. I assume that was the same difficulty level as the arcade. Let's try... Let's try easy. See if that makes it any easier for me to show you more of the game. No, it doesn't. Always kind of wonder what would have happened. A little bit of Jungle Hunt lore, now this pertains to the arcade game more than anything, is that Taito got sued. Now, a lot of sources report it as it was sued by the estate of Edgar Rice Burroughs. I don't really see how that could work. What Taito got sued for was for sampling the Tarzan yell. Now, I would think if anyone sued them over that, it would be the studios that produced the original black and white Tarzan films, and not the estate of Edgar Rice Burroughs, because I don't think they, and unless they had a very specific contract in place giving them the rights to the audio-visual side of things and not just the original written stories, I just don't think it would be the Burroughs estate. However, anyway, none of that changes the fact that I just got eaten again on this level in easy mode. Is this what I get for trying to impart information while I'm playing video games? The Tarzan yell got Taito sued, and the game that was originally out there as Jungle Hunt with our hero not in a pith helmet and safari suit, but in a loincloth, that all had to be changed and revised. They had to, at least make the effort to get arcade operators to swap the boards, swap the marquees, and turn the game from Jungle King into Jungle Hunt. I wonder what would have happened if the game had been licensed out for home play and home versions of Jungle King had been made before that lawsuit happened. How much of a mess would that have been? Although I think the likelihood is that the home games really wouldn't have been an issue. Tarzan is hardly the only... Very good. Very good. Just run up there and kiss it. You guys again. Alright. Hey, let's do dinner. Let's be dinner. Suddenly this is a lot less romantic. I think the likelihood, if that scenario had played out with Jungle King being the game that was licensed to Atari, I don't think it would have mattered because consoles at the time did not have... Well, Now, Quadrant kind of makes a light of this, and so does 5200 Baseball, but I don't think the Tarzan yell would have been sampled in the console versions. Simply because that just wasn't commonly seen as a trick that was in the console playbook. Alright, get out of my way, you monochromatic monkey. Thanks. Oh, no. So there you go, Atarisoft's excellent version of Jungle Hunt for the Colecovision, monkeying around as usual.